Okay, welcome back. Today I've got a theraband shoulder arm training session for you today. Hopefully I'll keep it short. We're just going to come back, and for the moment just put your theraband on the side. I'm just going to do a little standing warm-up starting with the shoulders. You're just going to roll your shoulders around. I want you really to maximize this movement, meaning don't be afraid to lift your shoulders way, way, way up to your ears and squeeze them all the way together. And let's take 3 more. So your magic number might be 4. Right now, today, my magic number is going to be 6. And 1 more, circling around and up. My arms are just following. And then from the back, you're going to squeeze together, pull forward and down, and 2. And I try to do this one almost every day, because you'll feel every day when you do it, there's some good old cricks and cracks that need to be smoothed out. I'm just going to keep rolling the shoulders. Let's do 2 more. 2. And the last one. And then lift your arms up. You're going to just stretch out and let your body get lifted from your arms and circle your arms around. And reach the arms up. Take a deep breath in, like a good morning stretch, and then open your chest. Let the arms come back. Let your head follow you and follow the arms in the sense that you're going to look up a little bit when the arms are behind, and let your upper back kind of integrate into it, meaning you're going to let it move with you. Try not to keep it still down here. Let your body be impacted by the movement, your torso that is, and then reverse the direction, going back, breathing in and breathing out. So you want to try to make the movements integrated, and so we're not isolating the movement, we're allowing the body to change as we move the arms around in these circles. Take 2 more. Now my magic number is 6, yours might be 4 or 8 if it's feeling really good, or you want to do more, or might even be 7. Whoa. And I don't understand, why do we do 11 repetitions sometimes? Why do we always do like 10, 6? Maybe it's 7. Maybe you're a prime number person. What did I want to do next? We're going to do standing roll down. I always turn sideways when I do these. So hopefully it gives you an idea of just how you want to roll through your back. And you can bend your knees when you feel that your hamstrings block you. And breathe in there and roll yourself up. And just let your head come back up on top. Take a deep breath in, try and feel like you get a little taller. And exhale. And just let it relax. This is just a release type roll down. Let your body be pulled down by gravity. Breathing in at the bottom and then exhaling, rolling yourself back up. Nice big deep breath at the top. And then exhale, let your head relax down, your neck's relaxed, your arms are hanging. Now if you feel you can stay there a little bit, just turn your head right and left, just really loosely. Try and nod yes and no. And just check in that you're not looking at the floor. You're going to let the head really drop so you can move it easily. And then rolling yourself back up. Try 1 more. Take an inhale and see if you can use your side rib, and you're going to lift up, not sucking your stomach in, but just increasing the range of capacity of your rib cage here. So it's not sucking in and up, but more thinking side to side. And then when you exhale, you just let it relax and roll down. And just check in with your own body. You don't want to lock into, or I would say it's locking, but push into the backs of your knees and lean back like that. You're going to keep your weight, your hips over your heel, so you're more leaning forward. So we're going to keep the hamstrings a little engaged as you roll back and forth and coming up all the way. Well, now let's grab your theraband. You're gonna reach, take it out to the sides. We did this one previously. And take that opening of your chest and bring the arms back over the top. And reaching back and arms up. You can see my fabulous lockdown here. It's getting wilder and wilder by the day. Now, if you're really wrestling with your theraband, wrestling meaning you're bending or you're having to twist your body or your head to do this movement, I want you to really have a wide grip and try to find that you keep your torso pretty still. Now we're going to try and keep the movement just in the arms. If you're finding it's getting easier for you, walk your hands closer together. You can also do this with the yoga strap. What I like about the theraband is it gives you a bit of give. It's got more stretch, obviously, than a strap. But the strap will offer you more limitation. It will limit you in how far you can move as well. And let's just take one more. And we're just trying to aim to get that arm gliding over the top and back. So you might have to lift your shoulder about here. Don't push your shoulders down. Sometimes we do that because we're told don't lift your shoulders ever in your whole life. But if you want to lift your arms over your head, and again, if we end up with rounded shoulders, the rib cage comes right up under here. We might have to lift the shoulder over that top rib and lift it over to come forward. So just try two more, keeping in mind that has to happen as you move your arm. It's just like the shoulder goes up and over a little hill, so it can go downhill, and then goes uphill, and a bit downhill. Well done. Now let's fold it in half. We'll add in a little bit of side bending. You're gonna reach up, little finger curled a bit forward as you side bend. Inhale up, exhale side bend, coming up, reaching over, pushing through your hands. So check in with your wrists that you're not flopping the top of your hand towards your head. You're going to keep those knuckles lifted to the ceiling so your wrist is nicely engaged in the movement as well. And up, now stay up, press into your feet, lift your navel up, exhale, find a nice rotation. You can keep your head going. Inhale, center. I want you to try to make it more from your ribs. Turn your ribs as much as you can, and then the head will finish off that twist. Center, and rotate, rotate, rotate. And center. There might be a bit of rotation from your hips, but just make sure you're not kind of floppy through your legs. Have some energy in your legs as you rotate, rotate, rotate. But focus on the movement of your rib cage. And twist, twist, twist. One more. And then recenter, bend your elbows, and pull that band behind your head, and then up. And again, I'm going to check in that the shoulder blades are changing position to make that happen. If you lock down the movement of your shoulder blades, then you will have, yes, of course you will have shoulder problems. As your shoulder blade is part of the shoulder joint. And up. And just take two more. Now, if possible, you're not bowing your back, pushing out too far. You're going to try and stay really straight through your torso. And that means keeping a little bit of a pull in from your abdominal wall. Again, not sucking up, not bearing down, but just pull in the navel. It might feel very gentle if you're used to doing more aggressive core stabilization. Nice. We're going to come up, open up your band, take a wide stance. And do one more nice shoulder opener. We're going to take the band around, pull the arm by the ear, try and take the arms behind your head and side and forward and around. Now again, our magic number, my magic number today is 6. So we have 3. So we're going to do these, keeping the torso a bit still. There's a bit of movement, but we're going to keep it more to stillness. If you want a bit more resistance or a tighter, narrower grip, fold your band again in half. And one more. Let's reverse that action. You're going to pull around, open the shoulders, and forward, and side, and back. You want to try and really brush your ear with your bicep. Maybe you take the bicep behind your head and then around your head. Can't go through your head and around. 2, and the last one. Okay, now let's add in the upper body. So you're going to take it all around. So I'm rounding my upper back, opening the chest, side bending a bit. You can imagine you have a big pencil sticking out the top of your head and you're drawing big, big circles. And 2. And the last one, circle around. Here we go, other way. And if you feel like you're getting a bit dizzy, just try to see something very clearly in the room before you move on to your next focal point. So I'm looking at the floor, like just make sure all the lines of what you're looking at is very clearly, the lines are very clearly defined before you go on to the next circle or the next focal point. And one more time. And center. Whew. So that's definitely some warmth happening. So pick up your band and you're going to, or keep your band with you. You're going to try and find the center of it and step on it. You can have your feet hip width. And we're going to bend the knees. Again, knees over toes. Knees forward, not buckling in or pushing too far side. And then take a deeper squat and press into your band and press up to the ceiling. Bend and come all the way down. And exhale, push. Now I said we'd do more arms, but if we have the whole body, we might as well use it up. As I hate that expression because it's so facile, but unfortunately, it's very true. Use it or lose it. If you don't use your full function, physical functions, they generally don't continue to function. Up and down. And let's try 3 more. And going into that squat. Now you might not be able, if you have a shorter band, maybe you'll just get to here. That's great too. And 2 more. Up, push up, and back. And I'm looking up, I'm lifting my chest and pushing a bit forward and coming down. Okay, simple, simple. We're going to come into some bicep curls. Now again, you might be able to, you might need a tighter band, more resistance. So you bend your knees, hinge a bit at your hip, and walk down the band a bit more. So what I like about bands is that you can, within reason, of course, after a while you need to probably upgrade when you build your strength a lot. But most of the time you can increase your resistance by tightening up on it, or loosen it by moving towards the ends. So it's a nice way to personalize your own training. So I got a little break there. Let's try 5 more bicep curls. So I'm holding my body really steady. I've got a bent knee, and right now I have a neutral spine. And I just check that you're not rounded over. And my upper back's also going to hold my upper arm in place as I bring my lower arm up towards my shoulder. Feels amazing. And 2, and last one. And just come up to standing, give yourself a little shake. We're going to bend the knees again. Now we're going to go for our triceps. So you're going to bend into that, and you can try and tilt, tilt, tilt. I'm trying to hinge at my hip, tilting forward. And see if you can check your own alignment out. You want to keep that flat back. You're going to draw the elbows up and punch into that theraband, and then bend and press. Now notice, I would want to do too. I want to round over and aim my upper body to the floor. I'm going to try and keep my head up a little bit, chest forward, squeeze the shoulder blades. And that's really where I'm trying to get that tricep press starting from. So between the shoulder blades, finding that kind of current of energy or movement from between the shoulder blades into my fist. 2 more. There always seems to be 2 more. Keep the arms straight. Now just reinforce all those nice points where you're strong and tighten them a little more, and then press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just stay. Just stay. higher, and then slowly release your band. Coming up, let's give ourselves a nice stretch. Put that band into your left or your right hand. I'll mirror you, so that's going to be your right hand, and your head's going to go to the left. Put your head to the side, and this is just a nice shoulder, well, it's a bit of shoulder, but also mostly neck stretch. And then slowly bring yourself up. Let your head come to the side. And then just restack your spine, just visualizing if you had little blocks. One block is going to peel off, peel off, peel off. And then you're going to stack those little blocks one on top of the other. So the biggest block, your head comes back on top. Let's do 2. And the last one. Switch hands. Let's take that nice little neck stretch to the other side. Again, if this is causing too much pressure, too much, sensation, put down your band. Just do it without. And side. Sorry, I have to do a little hair fix there. My stylist is off for the day, so. And side. And side. And lifting up and over. And last one. And this is our treat. We're going to come up, take the bands, and we're going to go back to those shoulder circles, now holding the band. So you can tighten up, you could even double up on the band if you like. You're going to take a shoulder roll and squeeze the shoulders back and down, and breathing in, and exhaling down. Inhale, lift, exhale back and down, inhale, lift, exhale down. And just one more time, pull, and back. Reverse the direction, up and over. Inhale, lift, exhale, forward, 2. And 6, good. And let's take the band out from under the feet. We're going to take the band and place it around the rib cage. So I'm a big fan of keeping the band really flat. Then it hopefully doesn't cut in so much. And so I'm bringing it under the arms, kind of around the mid rib cage there. And you're going to take your hands into the band. Take a breath in. As much as we try and keep it flat, it likes to roll up. And you're going to exhale, stretch forward. And back. I'm pressing my ribs into it just slightly, not rounding into it, but trying to feel that space just below the shoulder blades. And exhale. This is also a great place to try and feel your rib cage breathing, because you can try and breathe into the band when you inhale. And press. And press. Again, it might be a little too light, so you can tighten up on the band or maybe double it. And then the last one, keep the arms forward. We're going to just do some shoulder shrugs. You're going to try and keep your rib cage still, but reach your arms forward more. And you want to have that feeling of the shoulder blades hugging your rib cage. And then squeeze the shoulder blades back and together. And forward. And back. And reach, and back. And this little exercise kind of tries to activate a little muscle of the serratus anterior, which I'm sure it does a lot more, but its main responsibility is for hugging, getting that shoulder blade onto your rib cage. If you have really loose shoulders, it's one you want to try to connect into. Two, it's very tempting to bend the elbows. I hope I'm not doing that. Don't do that either. And last one. Ooh, and bring it down. Good, let's take it down. Let's do a little bit of full body before we get into finishing up. So, I think this one's called the lawnmower. You're going to reach down, meaning you're going to pull that cord on the lawnmower or your water sports motor inside. But we're going to add in a little shift of weight from right to left. So I'm going to reach down. I've lost all the tension on the band, but I'm going to pull and lunge to the other side and out. And I've got a bit of rotation action in the body. I'm turning and reaching. Reach. And you can look to your hand if you want to add a little bonus head action. And reach. And keep it going and pull. Let's take two more. Hopefully that should be 10. If I'm wrong, you just do 10. That can be your magic number. Maybe that's the third one. Maybe we did 11. Oh my God, you'll survive. Change size. Reach down. And also the first one, it could be a bit of a tester. I always feel like the first few, a bit of a tryout. It's like, ooh, can I do 10 there? No, I'll lighten up. Or, that felt pretty good. I can take a tighter grip. But just know, if you've had a band for a while and it's been sitting in the drawer or sitting in the sun for a few years, just be careful. These do degrade and they can snap. And we're going to take 5, counting backwards, 4, 3. Make sure you push through that foot. You don't want the band to come loose. 2, and 1. We're going to do one more. I think it's going to be 11. Let's do 11. Yes! And finish. Great. So let's just come back to center, in the sense centering ourselves. We'll come back to that standing roll down. Again, I'll just turn side. Take a moment. Let's actually add our arms. Breathe in and stretch up. Try and open the chest. Take the arms back. Really puff your chest open here for a moment. And then release the arms. Let your head go. And bend the knees again. If you have more hamstring control and more hamstring length, lean forward and keep your knees straight. Shake out your head, yes and no. And shake it around. You can maybe do a figure 8. Just letting go, letting the weight of your head traction to the floor. And then soften your knees a bit. Just press your knees a bit forward so you're not pushing out into the backs of the knees there. Tucking your tail and rolling yourself up to standing. Whew, that was fun. See you next time.